Nohl Williams, right? We're watching Nohl. We're seeing what Noah's doing. We got Nohl for a reason. And so Nohl, when I spoke to Nohl at camp, in camp, all right, in camp, my assessment of him in our conversation was he was just trying to get everything down. He was like, man, it's a lot. And he seemed kind of like a quiet guy, kind of shy, but we had a good conversation. We really did. Because I was just asking, I said, look, man, you could trust Spags and those guys. Okay. You got great coaches. You got the best in the business. That's what I told him. He said, yeah, he's starting to figure that out. But he realized like there was a lot going on for a young guy coming into the league, and it is defensively. But when you have a coach that believes in your ability and doesn't mind putting you in there, like, hey, man, get in there. And you wonder, like, wow, I thought I'm going to be sitting out. Now, obviously, Fulton getting hurt helps him out, right? It's just next man up. That's how it is. But they don't mind taking a guy out and just putting him in to say, hey, man, you take his rep. And Nohl Williams, for my assessment from where he was at camp to where he is now, he's found himself. He's found his game where he needs to be. And it's showing up big time on film.
Jay, so you mentioned Nohl Williams, which is perfect. I wanted to kind of give a shout out to Nohl Williams in our episode tonight. So obviously going to
Demetrio said I knew Leo was going to be a problem when I seen Death Row wrote on his arms when he was in college. Really? I didn't know that. That's wild. That's good.
I think it's a Wisconsin reference, right?
Really?
Wisconsin football reference.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It's a badass tattoo to have on your arm. So you mentioned Nohl Williams, JD, and I know he's been the talk of the town amongst everybody's talking about how great he's been. Because, right off the bat, when you think of our rookies, right, you think of Josh Simmons as the rookie of the year for the team so far, being the left tackle, and he's going to be our left tackle for the next 10 years, hopefully, or more than that. But then Nohl Williams comes, Christian Fulton gets hurt, and it's like, okay, well, who's going to be the next man up? Nohl Williams has stepped up, and looking at the numbers, I know I'm going to mention PFF here, but again, only because we like the stat, we're going to mention this. But over the last 3 weeks, he's gone up against Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, Malik Nabers, and DeAndre Hopkins, and he's allowed 2 catches on 7 targets for 10 yards with 2 pass breakups and a pass rating against him of 39.6. On top of that, PFF has him graded as the number 1 corner in football right now. So PFF's a big fan of our guy, Nohl Williams. So JD, I know you talked about all the stuff that you talked to him about at camp. Is this kind of a shock to you to see him kind of get it as fast as he has gotten it? Because I mean, I know on our pre-draft shows back in May or way before the draft, we were March, I guess. We were big fans of this guy. Tasia was talking about him, and we were saying, "Oh yeah, like his makeup and where we can get him in the draft realistically." But like the fact that he's coming in right out the gate and kind of being this playing time being put on him, and every week you're seeing more and more snaps for him. Are you shocked at all about how good he's looked? I know we like his talent, but are you shocked about how good he has looked so far?
Not really. Not really. I think in the confines of what you asked, do he played? I think he fits what we do. And like I said, when I talked to him at camp, he seemed like a cerebral guy. Seems like a guy that's really a deep thinker. Analyzes things. I could just tell that. And I was like, okay. When you take an assessment of people when you're speaking to them, you're like, who this person is. So yeah, that's what I saw from him. He seemed like a dude that would be in his room playing a lute or something. He's just be strumming away. Like he just like there's depth to him. I know. When I was talking, I was like, there's a lot to this kid. There's a lot to him.
Did you get TG vibes from him? Both Cal Berkeley guys, so maybe they're both a cerebral type of very very intelligent guys. I don't think that.
I thought about that. Yeah. Yeah, he's a deep thinker too. You
Right.
know, always looking out for knowledge. Info. So yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I can see that. That's why these guys they're up there at Cal Berkeley. Okay, I'm talking right there, man. Smart guys. So and they get you up there to
go
get
to
you
open mic nights and singing aloud poems and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. That's what he's doing. This is no out here to give you the spoken word, taking through the wide receiver. It don't matter if are you receiver on this. I'm giving you the business. When you come out, I'll put my hands on your chest, making you switch up and moving it, whatever it may be. I just messing around. But yeah, but no, I'm not shocked by this at all, man. I'm not. What I am shocked about is how physical he is. That shocks me. That shocked me. And I'm like, look at this dude. So sometimes somebody just needs to, hey man, take the gloves off. Let you go at it. Like, hey man, you got every right to punch a sucker in the mouth. Go ahead. Okay.
His physicality did show off in his college tape, but are you saying just like it's one thing to be tough guy with ACC, Mr. Utah Tech kind of team versus a guy, a all pro receivers. That's
exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, we ain't talking about international finance, right? Running the route. So guy trying to get open. He's sitting over like, hey man, I'm going to work with Wall Street. This is what I'm ready to go do. So yeah, so for him, it'd have been different with a different guy, a bigger guy like AJ Brown and those guys. You're thinking, okay, how's he going to measure up against those dudes? Very well. And I think sometimes also too, Marcus, when you realize and you get up here to the league, you realize you can play with everybody. He learned a lot, shoot. And also too, where it's different from our offense, our guys are trying to run by him. And I'm sure when they did one-on-ones and whatnot, the guys talked to him, wide receivers talked to him. There's things that he learned. He's like, okay, this is what I got to do. This is how I got to play. But he had some of the best, with Dave and Spags, in his corner. So, not Utah Tech. That's right. It ain't Utah Tech, man. No, it ain't. So,
I actually had a clip from Dave Merritt talking about Nohl after the Giants game last week, the last time we saw the defensive staff talk. This is Dave Merritt on Nohl Williams.
Nohl Williams has had a progression where he's playing more and more on the outside, and you've left him one-on-one with some pretty good wide receivers. How does that help you with allowing Trent McDuffie to play in the slot?
Tremendously. So if we can have a young man like a Nohl come in and do the things that he's doing, you want that. And so the fact that he's able to go out there and use his skill set versus these top receivers, that's helping everyone out. Not only Trent, it's helping the D-line out as well.
Short and sweet. Helping the entire team out. You say a lot of the sacks we've gotten in that Giants game alone were coverage sacks, right? And a lot of our guys doing their job back there. Cook, McDuffie, Connor, all these guys coming to play back there in the secondary.
Yeah, it's complimentary football, man. That's what it is. And so, like Dave was saying, like, shoot, you cover guys up, they ain't got nowhere to throw the ball. Who are you gonna throw the ball to? Sucker's right here in his hip pocket. That's what he is. Sucker's right around him like he's a belt. I'm right there in your hip. That's what it is. Okay. So I'm the patch on your Levi jeans is what I am. Okay. That's what he's gonna be. So now Dave summed it up really well, because that's how it works. When you have, like you said, young guy come in and show his skill set. So
I'm just amazed. Just look at the numbers. Obviously, you watch the game, you see, these guys aren't really doing anything on him. But then when you see Hopkins, Nabers, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, two catches on 7 targets for 10 yards over these few games span. I know it's a small sample size, but it's a really good start to a career for the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing love for Nohl and Roland Wallace. Yep. CRW, another guy who's stepping up to in year 2.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.